Hey, real quick, man. My name is D'Angelo. I'm the founder of 365 Never Ending Fight. I have a curriculum that I developed. Tools you need to navigate adversity, right? The tools that's in this book, you're not going to learn in no school. The tools in this book, your father should have taught you, right? Your mother should have taught you. Somebody should have taught you. The tools in this book, you ain't gonna catch no yellow bus to get it. You ain't gonna catch no metro to get it. You might learn the hard way about a lot of these tools that's in this book. Because that's how I came up with this material. The hard way. Trials and tribulations. Learning for other people's experience. A lot of people these days don't know how to learn for other people's experience. That's a technique within itself, right? So adversity, right? Adversity, you do adversity every day from when you wake up until you get out the bed and walk out that door. Until you come back in, get back in the bed and close your eyes. You're going to experience some adversity. Ain't no way around it. No matter how you slice it or cut it, adversity is the only thing that's consistent in the world. Good, bad, to ugly, right? So when I speak of adversity, I'm speaking of adversity when I speak to the young folks. Everyday living adversity, right? The right friends to pick, the right company to pick, the right conversations to have, right? What you participate in, what you allow people to speak onto your life. Adversity come in all shapes and sizes. Adversity, my opinion, is nothing but a hurdle that's thrown in your way. So the question is you gonna jump over it or you gonna go around it? But you got to deal with it, right? Because it's in your path. You can't ignore it. And that's what adversity is. And this is tools you need to navigate adversity. I have a 13-step program, and I developed this on the regular, right? I sit back and I watch the world today. Let's talk about the music industry first off. That's the first thing I want to address, right? You got the Gucci Mane, right? Let's say Gucci Mane. Shout out to Gucci Mane. Big fan, right? Old school fan. You know what I mean? Gucci Mane got the 1017 crew. He signed a lot of homies. A lot of young brothers out the hood. Gave him a shot at the title. As soon as he signed them, they doing football numbers. Or some of them tapping out. We talking 19-year-old young men who have a talent to make some true changes in his family's life. But the difference is he was never taught this. She was never taught this. How to deal with adversity. You give a young brother, what? 250,000, a million? A million? And he don't even know what to do with it. Ain't got a clue. So what he do with it, he got the persona. Well, shit, I'm the man now. Let me go back to my hood and shine and do on everybody else. Say, look at me. Right? Now you got a young brother who ain't used to it, attention, to the point where now he got the car, the jewelry, the gear, the followers. Man, these are drugs that's been provided to a young person who don't know how to deal with adversity, right? So this is where I come in at, right? This is where I come in at. I know all about that concrete, right? Like I said, I grew up as a fatherless child, right? I was a father at 19, right? I'd have had my trials and tribulations. I'd have been tripped up over adversity hurdles that was thrown in my way. That nobody never sat down with me and taught me and showed me go that way. But one thing I did have the common sense was I was able to look at somebody else's paper and somebody else's path and realize that ain't for me. I had the common sense of learning from other people's mistakes. A lot of young brothers and sisters don't have that, and it's okay, right? But as I would say, for the music industry, adversity, right? So you got to reach out. You know what I mean? If you don't want to do it, I'll do it for you. But this should be a part of their development. If having somebody to sit with them, pull their coattail, holler at them, and walk through the process of some of these tools to navigate adversity. And I'm gonna name a few tools, right? The main tool I'm about to name right here is conflict resolution. That's the main tool. Everything don't need a response. And if it do need a response, know how to respond. A lot of them crash out. Oh, I ain't no punk. You think I'm a punk. See, now we got a drug. We got a different drug. See, back in the 80s, it was crack cocaine. 2024 is social media. That's another drug, right? Because it's feeding the young person's ego. Imagine growing up in a house where everybody just walk past you, didn't address you. You probably ain't getting enough for your birthday, your Christmas, etc. Now you make it to a platform where everybody calling your name and screaming your name, and you got all this money, this newfound wealth, and you ain't got a clue what to do with it, except start an army. An army of misfits who don't have the discipline to learn how to follow suit. Before you can be a leader, you got to be a good follower. It's a known fact. You got to know how to follow before you can lead. It's a difference between a good leader and a bad leader. That's another tool that's in my toolbox right here. But conflict resolution. First off, when you deal with conflict resolution, you got to identify the conflict. That's the first step. What's the issue? What's the problem, right? The next step is communication. You got to know how to articulate yourself, right? The next step is active listening, right? You got to be able to listen to what the problem is so you can solve the problem, right? The next step is negotiation. How can we make this work? How can we work this out? How can we make this situation go away to where it makes sense for the both of us? It's called negotiation, right? Problem solving, right? Let's go to another tool that's in my toolbox, right? Self-esteem. A lot of young homies and young ladies out here have very low self-esteem, right? This is why it's easy. When your self-esteem is low, you are easy to be manipulated. This is why a lot of them blind leading the blind. Rest in peace, King Von. The young man had true talent. But then look what they did to FBG Duck. The six, what they call them, Chicago Six. Blind leading the blind. These young brothers followed King Von. He tapped. They about to do football numbers. They ain't never coming home. We got to be careful with the tongue. The tongue is a tool, right? The tongue is a tool. It's a dangerous tool that people overlook, right? But insecurities. We have several type of insecurities. We have physical appearance, social acceptance, intellectual ability, right? Relationship, achievements, right? That's just to name a few, right? Let me see what else I got in here, right? Another thing, healthy relationships. Learning how to identify a healthy relationship. Excuse my passion, but I can't help it because I have some scar tissue in this game right here. And I know how detrimental it is for young brothers to learn these skills. And if you ain't got the time, you got you a record label, and I know you run a big business and I can dig it. But if you need some help with your artist, if you need some help with your child, right, to learn these tools, because these tools, you ain't getting these tools in school. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. They still talking about slavery and things that we don't even use coming out of school. But this right here, you need to learn this before you do anything. Anything. Adversity shows up in every facet of your life. And if you ain't got these tools to learn how to deal with adversity, guarantee you crash out. But I'm going to leave you with this, man. My slogan, the fight of your life will take some coaching, man. I go by Mr. Simmons. You can call me D'Angelo. And go to 365 neverendingfight.com. Check out the website. You can email me at cd365nef@gmail.com. I'm looking forward to meeting you. I'm looking forward to sitting with you. And I'm looking forward to understand what's going on with the youth. Y'all be easy. Y'all.